Till now, we have been listening that normally the liability to pay the tax to the government is on the supplier of the service. But there are situations where the liability to pay the tax to the government is on the recipient of the service. So in our previous class we said there are 7 such services on which the liability to pay is on the recipient. So in our class we will begin with the first item, that is services by GTA, that is service by goods transportation agency. Now who is this goods transportation agency? To know more about who is goods transportation agency, I want you to see the video in the end of this chapter where I have explained that who is actually a GTA. The item number 1 says, if GTA service is received by specified persons, if GTA service is received by specified persons, then the liability to pay the tax to the government is on the recipient, that is who is receiving the GTA service. So we will study who are the persons. If they receive service from GTA, they have to pay directly tax to the government. So they have to pay tax directly to the government. Let us start with point number 1. If factory is receiving a GTA service, then factory has to pay the GST to government. So if factory is receiving, factory has to pay GST directly to the government. The second point says, if society is receiving GTA service, if society is receiving a GTA service, then society has to pay GST directly to the government. First we spoke about factory, now society. Continuing, they are saying if cooperative society is receiving service from GTA, if cooperative society is receiving service from GTA, then cooperative society should pay GST directly to the government. The fourth point says, if a body corporate, that is if a company receives a GTA service, if a company or a body corporate receives a GTA service, then such body corporate or companies are liable to pay GST directly to the government. The next point says, if a partnership firm receives GTA service, then the liability to pay the GST is on the partnership. So if the partnership is receiving GTA service, partnership will directly pay GST to the government. The next point is, if the casual taxable persons receive a GTA service. Who is a casual taxable person? We took an example of circus. So if a Gemini Circus takes a GTA service to transport certain equipments from one state to another, in that case, the casual taxable person has to pay GST directly to the government. So if these 6 specified persons, if they receive service from a GTA, then the recipient, that is the one receives the GTA service, are liable to pay GST directly to the government. So who are these 6 specified persons? We said if factory is receiving, then factory. If society is receiving, then society. If cooperative society is receiving, then cooperative society. If company is receiving, that is body corporate is receiving, then such body corporate. Or if partnership is receiving GTA service, then partnership. If casual taxable person is receiving, then such casual taxable persons are liable to pay GST under reverse charge mechanism. That is, all these 6 specified persons should directly pay GST to the government. Now let me ask you a question. Say I am a chartered accountant and I take a GTA service. Should I pay GST under reverse charge mechanism? Now you will ask, whether I am a factory, I am not a factory. Whether I am a society, no, I am not a cooperative society as well. I am not a company, nor I am a partnership firm, nor I am a casual taxable person. So I don't belong to any of these 6 specified categories. That is why I say that I need not pay GST directly to the government. But the government said no. If you are not falling under these 6 categories, check whether do you fall under the 7th category. So what is the 7th category? 7th category says, if you are a registered person under GST, though you are not falling under any of these 6 categories, you have to pay under reverse charge mechanism. Right? I repeat the point. Though I don't belong to any of these specified categories, but if I have registered myself under GST, then such registered person will be liable to pay GST under reverse charge mechanism. That is to say, if I am a chartered accountant and I have registered under GST, I am a chartered accountant and I have registered under GST, then if I take a GTA service, I need to pay under reverse charge mechanism. On the other hand, say I am a chartered accountant but I have not registered under GST. I have not registered under GST. Should I pay GST under reverse charge mechanism? Answer is no. Why? Because I don't fall under the 6 specified categories, nor I fall under the 7th category, which is applicable only to the registered persons. I hope I am clear. So if you fall under the 6 specified categories, whether you are registered under GST or not, you have to pay under reverse charge mechanism. For example, say there is a chartered accountant's firm who takes GTA service. Now who is taking a service? A chartered accountant firm taking a GTA service. Should this CA firm pay GST under reverse charge mechanism? To answer this, you need to see whether this CA firm falls under the specified categories. Yes, the CA firm falls under this specified category. CA firm is a partnership. So once a partnership receives a GTA service, then that partnership should pay GST under reverse charge mechanism. I hope the entire concept of GTA and reverse charge mechanism is clear to you.